Yeah, of course. So far, though, what are your thoughts?
So far, it's pretty good, dude. Like,
What are some things you're really noticing? Like that moment when you told me about how like Takuan, the priest, was like, "Oh, I can tell you've never read the Art of War."
yeah, that was. I mean, there's a lot of aspects to it because he's supposed to be a religious man, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, he's very wise.
But if you think about it, no, go ahead, I'll let you finish.
Just like the way he goes about it, dude. You know, like everybody takes him for a fool and the way he acts and all that. But in reality, he's probably like the wisest out of all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nothing's stopping him from being himself. But the fact that he's like portrayed as a religious person, a priest, somebody of
A Buddhist priest.
Buddhist,
but
yeah.
you got to think too. In Japan, it was different. It wasn't like basically.
But the religious aspect of it is there. You know what I mean?
It's there. It's like you're still everything, bro. Like religion always says these are good and these are bad.
Right.
But like the Buddhists, or with him, with his like philosophy or his religious, you got to think like religious people were the only ones that read. You know what I mean? Like reading was not like like people knew, like you had to go through like school to learn how to read.
Right.
Right. So
and even then, dude, like you had to rely on somebody to read this for you.
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like one thing is for you to read stuff and interpret it, interpret like how you see it or how you read it. Another thing is for somebody reading to you or reading in a context to themselves. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I mean that's what religion is really. Like, but just the fact that he referenced Art of War, like a religious person, and saying that to a general or a captain, whatever.
Yeah, the captain of the guard.
Yeah. So that to me was amazing, bro. Because you're a captain in the army, you're supposed to know like war, basically all this.
And this religious man knows more than you.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
It's interesting to think about, right? Like we live in a time where everybody has access to all the information and nobody takes it. Nobody like studies it, but then like there was a time where access to information was very limited. You know, damn, Dennis banger, dude.
Another thing is the fact that they kept him in isolation in a dark room or whatever for 3 years, and all he had was books, and all he did was read.
It was 3 years?
It was 3 years, yeah.
Damn, you just read it. I thought it was 1 year.
I think it was 3.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just studied for 3 years.
And all he had was the time to just read, dude, and
study.
And I think, I mean, I don't know what misquoted, but he said something like, all this time that you were by yourself, you finally learned how to talk to somebody or something like that. But to me, it's like all he had was himself, right? Mm-hmm. And once you start looking within and you find yourself and you find God, it's like, it's all there, it's all within, like.
It's all within, dude.
All the books say, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, people look for things outside of themselves, but it's really all inside, But so that was, I mean, it wasn't isolation, dude, it was like solitude, like.
It was good for him.
It was good for him, yeah.
He did it right. Like a lot of people like feel so alone, but they're not in isolation.
Right.
And like they have just enough distraction to like not feel alone.
And that's some of the things I've told people before, like solitude and loneliness are two different things. You know what I mean? Like solitude to me is not negative. It's like if you feel lonely, and if you're alone, you're by yourself, and you're pitying yourself and you're victimizing yourself, yeah, of course that's bad, but if you're in solitude where you want to be by yourself, where you want to be with your books, where you want to look within, like
there's a way to do solitude,
and
it's not feeling sorry for yourself,
right?
It's like being intentional. It's like, no, like I'm at peace with who I am, you know what I mean? I'm at peace with me. I'm gonna be who I want to be. Now,
I don't know where I read it, but it's a quote. It's like, I like to spend the most time with my favorite person. And it's like, well, but you're always by yourself. Exactly.
It's true though. There's another one that's like, if you don't like who you're with when you're alone, like that's a problem or something like. Then you're a boring person. Or you know what I mean? Like if you're an interesting person, like being alone is not the worst thing in the world. It's actually kind of one of your favorite things because that's where creativity is. Like every time else you're absorbing other things, you know, as opposed to like just doing you and existing. Oh, with a shoe tie.
Oh, 2-1. Oh, shoot.
Hey, what is that, 11 or 15? Yeah, dude, Taekwondo is a baller.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of stuff in there, dude. Oh, fuck.
Okay, cool. Alright, I got notes. No, I'm just kidding, I don't have notes.
You should, dude, if you want to do this right.
Yeah, we should, but fuck it. I think the first step is just getting something. Like recording shit. Yeah, so the Gym Floor Podcast, bro. Me and fucking
Gym Floor
Podcast. 5 a.m. club, hoop, 5 a.m. buckets for breakfast club. Meeting every Wednesday, every Friday. You're all invited. I have 2 guest pass, so even if you don't have a membership, hit me up.
Nobody's at the front desk.
Yeah, nobody be at the front desk. But either way, like if you see me, like I'll get you.
I got buddy pass too.
Yeah, I got 2, so just holla at your boy. But yeah, here with Martine. I'm done, dog. Trying to record some content. You're good? You're good? I feel like I haven't said what's up to you. I haven't said what's up to you today. What's poppin', bro? I saw you go back to back. That was sick, man.
I told you I had to play a little bit different.
It was sick, bro. Back to back. Pull up.
It was like, I'm so frustrated. That first game, I would just put it behind me.
Yeah.
After that, I'm just
Zen out, relax.
Yeah. Like I said, man, you can't be frustrated playing this game.
You can't. You can't.
Calm head, forget about it.
You know what I mean? Like, have the, on to the next shot. Have the memory of a goldfish, bro. What up, player?
Cute.
Podcast on?
Yeah, dude, are you down? Are you down?
If you get another game, then we got the mic too.
Really? We got the mics, bro. If you're here, bro, we can hang out, bro.
We're about to drop the mic.
Gym session, bro.
Gym sessions. Buckets for Breakfast podcast. I gotta get more mics. But yeah, dude. Fucking. So we were, to pick up where we left off, we were talking about Musashi by Eiji? Some crazy shit. Eli, I don't know. And it's a novelization of the life of Miyamoto Musashi, which is one of our favorite people. We both read and listened to and love the Book of Five Rings. And there's a manga out called Vagabond that's like so good, and the art is so beautiful. And it's based off of this book. But the manga is not finished, but this book has been finished since like, when was it written? Like early 1900s, bro?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a pretty old book, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was written in Japan. But yeah, anyways, so good.
I'm sure it was translated, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But it was written a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
And
the other thing too is like, right off the bat, dude. Remember that show I was telling you about? Shogun? FX or Hulu? Yeah, dude. Man, there's so many references in there. I was like,
oh, Shogun? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's perfect to read right after you watch Shogun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's a moment in history. Like, that shit happened.
Yeah.
I'm recording, bro. I'm dead anyways. How long are you gonna be here?
I don't know, not too long.
Fuck. All right. Well, then we're talking. But yeah, and it's pertinent, right? Like the thing too that's interesting that I find interesting when I think about it is the time period piece of it, right? Like it's time period accurate, right? Like
Right.
which is like how you.
Yeah, it was like parallel to the show, which is like down to the history of Japan and how it was I don't know what the sectors were called, but there's like empires, I guess.
The
like
prefixes and shit.
Yeah, the 5 different. Yeah,
Like the castles and the
Yeah.
land that they're in charge of. The fiefdom. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Later, guys. Yeah, he likes playing with his dad because he loves, or because his dad wants him to score like every time. His dad's always looking to him. Yeah, you shot us back in that first one. We were down,
dude.
bro. That was crazy. Honestly, I was so dead. Like, I didn't think we were gonna pull it out.
it was like 12-9, dude. I was like, damn.
And we came back, bro.
Yeah.
They had 14 and the 2 threes. 3 threes, right? So we got to 11. Oh no, we got to 10.
Yeah, because they had that cut. No, Nim had a layup, 10. And then you had that cut where he passed to you, that was 11. And then those.
Y'all got threes?
It's 3-on-3, bro. What the?
Shit. Who else is left? Damn.
I think he's done.
Yeah, so anyways, back to the book. I forgot his name. But he wrote the book and it's the story of his life. And it's just, even if it's a fiction, like it's still like, it gives you something. It gives you something to, later Jason. It gives you something to understand, you know what I mean? To like, as a reference. Of like, damn, this is what his life was like. You know? Dude, I love the cover, dude. I wish we had it, bro. We're gonna shoot another episode where we have the book. But so far, so I read it a while ago. I just let him borrow it. He started it not too long ago, like last week or something. And I've been trying to get it to him forever, but I finally got it to him, and he's like reading it. And yeah. So what are your thoughts already? I don't want to ruin anything.
No, dude. I mean, I just started, but we're like 100 pages in.
And it's like a 1,000-page book. Like it's up there.
Yeah.
It's like 980 something pages.
Yeah.
The pages are thin. Like it's a dense book, bro.
And it's like, there's no paragraphs. Like it just goes.
Really? I didn't even notice that.
Well, there is like certain ones.
Hey, Eric.
But it's like a small print too. It's not like. No, but it's good though, dude, because like you were saying, it just flows, you know, like it just.
I mean, each novel, I think originally it is 5. It's the compilation of 5 novels, right? So that's why.
What? And that's something I saw too. That it's divided by books, just like the Book of 5 Rings, right? The Book of Water,
Earth,
Air, you know. But there's a lot more books in this one, so.
Yeah, more stuff. I mean, it's. I think it was also a TV series too. Like they actually made the TV series.
I think so, yeah.
It's on like YouTube or something. You can look it up. It's
yeah,
crazy.
because well, that's why they brought it back from like this FX or Hulu or whatever.
Shogun.
Yeah, Shogun is. I think it's based on the series, which is.
Well, that's a 2-series book by James Clavell.
Wow, yeah.
I freaking got like a sick copy of the second half, but I don't have the first half. Maybe I'll get like an updated one. If it ends on chapter 34, I can just buy the first one. Because I have this, like I saw it on the shelf at the library. It was like 50 cents, 25 cents. And then I didn't realize it was like part 2. You know what I mean? I opened it up and it's like starts on chapter 34. I'm like, fuck.
So I'm more at the part with
of Shogun. Sorry, my bad. But you're on Musashi.
Musashi, the book, where he, there's like a messenger, he's asking for, I forget his name. But,
Tahashi, the friend?
No, he hears it. Like he's looking for
Takezo?
Takezo, because I guess his boss showed up at the school, and he's like basically he wants to duel him. I think that's what I gathered.
Yeah.
Like he's back at the school. He's waiting for him to confront him. So I'm thinking they're gonna fight or battle it out or something. But the friend who he left behind, what's his name?
Matahashi.
He overhears this, and then I think he puts two and two together that that's his friend.
But he hates his friend.
Right. So
Yeah, he's
because he
like-
left him, right?
Yeah.
He
But it
left
was,
him-
so Matahashi blames everybody else.
right.
Like he whines, he's like a little mama's boy.
Like he's dressed like a samurai emperor, I think. That's why he's not emperor.
He's
but
pretending to be to get out of some situation. Right? Because
Like
I think they're after him, aren't they? Like
they're at the tea house or whatever they call it,
yeah.
where that girl runs the tea house or whatever, and I think he's like drunk, coming off like a drunk night or whatever, and then he overhears this, and that's where I'm at, and I think he's gonna follow them to school and then confront him somehow. But it used to be his friend, right?
Yeah.
But-
But Matahashi is the book as a whole is such an interesting look at the masculine experience through life. Where there's two different routes. Like these two friends, they can do, you know what I mean? Like Matahashi blames everybody on everything else and never takes accountability for his own actions. And Takezo has always been focused. He's
Right.
always been focused and he's ready to, and like
right.
what,
So even though they're like friends and they come from the same place, they're kind of diverting. Like they're each taking their path.
yeah.
And the fact that he was gone for 3 years and solitude and reading books and all that, I think it helped him while he's doing his own thing. You know, obviously the women that woman that he took off with, was he married to the other chick or were they
I forgot her
supposed?
name, but it was that chick
They were
from the
supposed to be
beginning.
married, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
She's a character throughout the book too.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace, bro, he's back. He's fucking back, dude. How you feel?
Yeah, it's that last game.
Dude, I know, our third game,
Both sides.
it's hard, bro.
Yeah, that's,
Are you done for today?
you had a
I'm
good
chilling,
block
bro.
there.
Or hooping.
I'm fucking Nims came out of nowhere. Nim dropped like 11 straight, so I think it's sweat on my last one.
What
Damn,
happened?
damn, fuck. And I would leave if I did that too, bro. Fuck. Just play 21.
Yeah,
Wait, that game's over?
yeah, dude, that game.
Name just went off, dude. He's like, oh yeah, no worries. Thanks, guys.
Must be the beanie, bro. It's a beanie.
Play 21. 21. I'm too tired.
Yeah. Better, dude.
Later, bro.
The thing also, dude, I keep forgetting. They're young, dude.
Yeah, they're like teenagers.
22. Well, yeah, they started when they were teens.
By the time of the
21,
main story,
22
yeah,
now.
they're like in their 20s. Young guys.
They're young, dude.
You know,
so-
but you see how life treats both of them.
right.
You know what I mean? And like, it doesn't mean Musashi has it hard. He just keeps it simple.
Dude, there's a lot of little things in there too, like when they're back at when they're first taken in by the woman and her daughter.
Yeah, and then
And they're in the shed, and the guy, you know, he starts venturing out and being out in the open, and the other dude's like hiding, and he tells him like you're pretty much making yourself being in the cage, like
Yeah.
you have to be freely, like, and in the sense it's true, dude, because it's almost like it's almost like a mental prison that you put yourself in. You know what I mean? Like your mind is making you say, "Oh, you need to hide."
Matashi said this to
Yeah,
Takezo, because Takezo was staying.
yeah. He was staying back because he didn't want to get caught or whatever. But he's venturing out, which
Wait, who was venturing out? Was it Takezo or was it Matashi? Matashi? Okay.
because he started getting closer to the lady, and then
Yeah.
eventually they hooked up or whatever, and that's why he stayed back. But the phrase where he says, you are making yourself, be in prison, and in some sense he's right, because he's like living in fear, like living in fear of getting caught, living in fear of getting killed, obviously. But I just equate that to like our lives, our normal lives. You know, like people that are they're always afraid of, you know, COVID and, you know, the economy and this and that. It's like, how can you live like that? Fearful, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, to me, it's like, you gotta do the opposite. You know?
Fear is a source of all evil, dude. Like, fear can make anything worse. Way worse than it is. You know what I mean? Like, worst case scenario, like what, you die? Okay, well then what? You know what I mean? Like, it's over anyways, right? So, like, just live.
Would you even know it if you died?
Yeah, dude. And I've read some books where they talk about it. Like, when an animal dies, like, they just keep flying. Like, let's say a bird gets shot out of the sky.
Right.
Their consciousness just keeps going because death is painless.
Right.
Like, once you're dead, you don't feel anything anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's freedom. Yeah.
It's a painless thing. I think Hawkins talks about that shit, where it's like, yeah, dude, you don't. When the bird gets shot out the sky, it just keeps flying, and its body is like, okay, boom. And then it gets recycled into like however long the reincarnation process is or whatever,
Right.
but then it comes back, you know? And even if it's not true, like there's no way to prove it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well that's at least an explanation. That's
like
better than nothing.
The thing is, like, why are you so afraid of the unknown? Because we don't know, you know what I mean? We don't know exactly what happens. Like, people have ideas and whatever, you know, but to be honest, like, it's almost like you want to tell someone, okay, go ahead, go die and then tell me what happens.
Right? Exactly, bro.
But that's why it's interesting. They're like people that have, you know, experienced stuff like that. Like, oh, I died and I saw myself dying. And it's like, well, you're fucking lucky. You know, like you're lucky to.
Or maybe he's not, bro. Maybe like the next life was the best life, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you know, I've actually been thinking a lot about that. Like, how can I not? You know what I mean? Like, knowing that we don't die. You know, we're all energy, and you can't neither create or destroy energy. It just bounces off to whatever, to what's next.
Exactly.
My physical, whatever. I'm gonna find something else. You know. So it's like, it's almost like you lose the fear of death, but somehow you do want to live. You know what I mean? You want to experience this. You want to have this. You want to have this as much as you can, as much time as you want, really.
Yeah.
You know, because it's honestly a choice, dude.
I mean, and that's a question too that I've always posed. You've heard me ask it all the time. It's like, what if there's a way to be immortal? Like, one, would you take it? You know what I mean? Like, what if you could figure out like the formula to like live for a long fucking time?
Yeah.
With a high degree of quality of life. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it talks about that in the Bible, right? Like, there's, I can't name the characters, but
Methuselah in 900 years.
Yeah, 900 years, 500 years.
Right, like we have it within us, but like I feel like we can unlock that gene. But it's just like,
would you want to? That's the thing.
yeah. And then you pose the same question of like, you know, with gamers and stuff, if you could plug in and your consciousness be in the game, like, would you do it? And if you would you ever unplug? You know what I mean?
That's funny because I saw a meme, you know, it said, what if when you die, somebody takes off the VR goggles and then they ask you, how was it?
Dude, that's that Rick and Morty thing, bro. Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. Like, yeah, okay. Well, this happened, you know, like, dude, honestly, like, maybe because I'm getting older, but I'm always like reflecting and thinking back and like wanting to hang out with family, wanting to talk to them, wanting to share things, you know, like, because why not? You know what I mean? Like, we never know, like, when it could be the last time we talk to somebody. You know, what's going to be the last impression I leave? Like, oh, that guy was an asshole. Well, he was this, or he was that.
Or he was nothing, right? Like,
or damn, dude, he was such a nice person. I love talking to him. Like, I love hanging out with him. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's friends or work, you know, co-workers or family, like,
or
whatever.
Strangers, bro. Whoever you
strangers,
meet, dude.
Yeah, you know, like, especially strangers, because you know nothing about them. You know what I mean? Like, how can you categorize somebody or put them in a little sector of, oh, that guy's this, within seconds of meeting someone? You know what I mean? Like,
with one opportunity to meet him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what if he was in a bad mood? You know, what if he didn't? You know, like,
yeah, dude.
like you never know. And so if you don't give them another chance, like who's the real asshole here? You know what I mean? Like being quick to judge and shit.
Like if somebody cuts you off on the freeway and you're like,
I hope you die and burn it and go to hell. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Who wishes that shit on people?
Yeah.
Who wishes that shit on people? Or even like, there was one time, the last time I got flipped off, I was at the light and the car in front of us, like the light turned green and I was patient, like I waited a little bit. And then I was like, hey, just a quick honk. And like, it wasn't like a or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mad. I was just like, hey, just like let you know it's, you know, it's been green. You know, I could have been mad, whatever, but I wasn't. It was a honk. And this guy like flips me off and I see it and I'm like, he's the one who has to live with who he is.
Right.
I didn't, you know what I mean? I know that like I was polite and nice and wasn't trying to disrespect him or anything. And like, and he felt like, damn, your consciousness, your lens at which you receive information, like comes at, is a very angry one. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty much a red lens where everything pisses you off and it's, I wasn't even, it was literally like a quick honk. Yeah. It wasn't like you know how you can like lean on it? Yeah. It wasn't even like that. And it was after a few, like a good minute on the green. And so like he was, whatever he was doing, he wasn't looking. But he flipped me off and it was like, it's very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Like if I got, would I flip somebody off or would I like, my bad? You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between this and like this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be accountable for yourself, you know, like if I know that I did a dick move, like, or I did cut somebody off or, you know, whatever, and I'm like, oh shit, like.
Cuckoo? I wasn't recording, I don't know how much it wasn't recording, but I'm gonna record some more. You alright, Nick? You good?
Nah, it's a great book, dude.
So far, yeah,
like,
and then
like
so much.
It's just like little things, like there's like little gems in there, you know what I mean? Like you just, at least for me, like there's like philosophical stuff in there that it's brought up in a certain way, you know, like it depends how you read it, I guess, you know, like you could just be like, you could go through a page and not get anything out of it, but if you really pay attention to it, like there's something there, there's something deeper, like there's meaningful stuff in you.
For sure, there's a lot to chew on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like,
and it's very like I feel like every guy should read it to get a grasp of like it's one of those books where like you could read it, and the dope thing is it's fiction, right? Like, and it's a story. Like the Book of Five Rings is his treatise on sword fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is amazing, right? Like it's such a sick book on like strategy and just like how to be in the world and stuff, like, and fight, like sword fighting. Like the sword fighting stuff is the coolest shit, especially if you're a hooper. Like if you play basketball and you listen to like his concepts of like the weapons, like it changes your perspective on the battlefield.
No.
You know what I mean? So, but Book of Five Rings is just that. It's literally what he wrote. This book is like the story of that guy's life.
Even if you're an artist, dude, like your pencils, your markers,
it's your weapon.
That's your sword. It's like,
it shit applies to excellence, dude.
Yeah. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Oh, the way of the warrior is a twofold path.
Oh, it talks about that too.
And that's in the Book of Five Rings, but it's the twofold path where the twofold path of the pen and sword.
And it's referenced too, the way of the sword, right? In Musashi, yeah.
Yep. He's this warrior artist, bro. Like the swordsman artist, bro. Like he's so sick. Like as you get through the book, you'll get to parts where like, damn, like you know how you just felt like, oh, he referenced that what he said in the Book of Five Rings. You see that a lot. You see that a few times.
You take a line or two from the Book of Five Rings and he just writes a whole page of it.
Yeah.
It's like
this is how he came to that conclusion.
There's so many parallels. Like
those two books are so good to read together. You know, read Book of Five Rings and then read like Musashi, and it's like, I'll put the link
when I get it back, dude.
I'll put the link on the description.
I told you,
buy
right?
the book on eBay.
I told you I let somebody borrow that. Right?
You better not, bro. I let somebody.
No,
the Book of Five Rings. Yeah.
And they would give it back. It's all good.
It's all good, dude.
It's gonna come back around.
I got another copy for you. I'll keep my eyes open for another copy. Yeah, oof.
When he's tied up to the tree, dude, and he's basically left there to die, right? And then he comes out of it. And I think he realizes what death is, and now he wants to live. That shit, honestly, that shit hurt. That shit.
You felt that shit, huh?
Yeah, bro. Like, cause I think I've been dealing with that for the last couple months or so. Like, just thinking about death and my mortality and just like, I know it's not my time to go, but if it is, like, I just want to make the best of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, like, hang out with family more, do more of this, like, things that bring me joy, really, like, and I mean, basically just live, dude. You know what I mean? Like, people complain at my work all the time, and it's like, I mean, things could be a lot worse.
Things could be a lot worse, dude.
You could be tied to a tree.
Hanging upside down for 3 days with no food or water. Right, like you think you're gonna die, bro.
Raining on you. Like.
And he went through all the stages of grief too, like denial, all that shit. And then all of a sudden, once he got to acceptance, he was unlocked. He was like free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he like appreciated things. You know what I mean? Like his view of the world is that balance. You know, it unlocked that aspect of him. Like, damn, what is there to be scared of? You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna live like it's like in Fight Club, when have you seen Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
When Bruce, what the fuck is his name? Brad Pitt's character Tyler Durden like pulls out the convenience store like worker, right? And then puts it in the back and like puts the gun to his head and is like, hey, if you're not on your way to being a veterinarian, like I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I know where your address is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like human sacrifice, right? And it's like. When you face death, like what are you fucking scared of?
Right.
You know what I mean? If you accept death, right? Like even for me, like I don't want to die. Like I honestly, like I said, I would love to discover the formula for immortality. You know, and it's like and live forever, or live as long as I want, as long as I can, and teach it to whoever I want. You know what I mean? And just be alive and hang out with my friends. You know what I mean? But like, if I were to die tomorrow or die right now, like I'm not scared. You know what I mean? Like, there's something after, and even if there isn't, like, who cares? Like, I'm not experiencing it anyways.
Well, I think
there is though. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, me too. But I don't think the fear of death necessarily. It's just maybe like missing everyone. You know, like missing everything that you have. Like not having that. Obviously, we don't know what's out there. Might be better, but who wants to live their family and friends behind?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. Like
that's true.
And that's what I think. That's the point of like living your life, like being around people, like connection that you have. You know, just talking to people like you. You know, you're always talking to people. I'm not as talkative. I'm more reserved. You know, like I'll talk to people, but not.
The thing is, it's the opening. The opening's hard.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like just being friendly, being nice. But I do it so easily. Like I just cut through. I just talk a little shit.
Honestly, dude, like my job, it gives me the opportunity to really do talk to people. You know, sometimes, they'll sit down and it might not be long, dude. So it's like it's almost like going up to a girl and like shooting your shot. You know, like. Yeah, I hope this line works.
Yeah.
Like you got 10 seconds. Like you either make her laugh, make her smile, or make her just fucking walk away.
The crazy thing is, right? You have to overcome that boss, and this goes into like game and stuff, and like with men and stuff. When it comes to talking to strangers, you have to overcome that first boss. Like that's the first boss. Like you got to think that okay, even in worst case scenario, even if she rejects you. There's more people out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's more girls out there. You know what I mean? And it's like you got to remember that one so that you don't do it again. Right. So even with friendships, it's like obviously for me, like I don't like to like I'm not the biggest fan of short like interactions, and I think a lot of people are like that. You know, I think a lot of people are a lot deeper than other people like consider.
No,
but
I just use a girl as an example but like I get all types of people. Like where I work, like. And to me, it's always like, I look at what they're wearing, if there's like there's signs all the time, dude. Somebody might be wearing a band's shirt or a sports jersey. Like to me, that's an opener. That's like easy.
Yeah.
Easy target, bro. Like I was like,
I mean, not necessarily target, but it's
not
like
target, but you know, like a easy.
It's a reason
like,
to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gave me a reason. You know what
There's
I mean?
like always like little things, you know. Like I saw this girl wearing an invitational basketball shirt, and I'm like, oh, fucking easy. Like, oh, you hoop?
You hoop?
That's all you got to say.
Damn, girl.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh yeah, you know.
It's not hard, bro.
It's like an opening. Like, I mean, you're wearing
free opening.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in college we took a class and it was all like marketing, advertising, and it's like, and it's true, dude. Like it's all around us. You know what I mean? Like people wear certain logos and whatnot to represent themselves. To a degree.
To express themselves. They identify with these. Yeah.
Like, hey, this is my band. Like this is my favorite.
This shirt is my jersey from when I was in the Navy.
See?
It was not a basketball jersey, but like a jersey, like the shirts you wear when you're on the flight deck, because they're like fire retardant and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like I got it custom, like on the back there's a design, and like I got it custom spray painted so it looked cool. But yeah, then I cut it off. And this is a part of me. Like this shirt is an experience of a time of my life when I was in the Navy. You know what I mean? And it's not really a brand, it's just me. But exactly, like I'm wearing it proud. Like VSA 136 power plant. Like that was my shop when I was on deployment, and it was fucking sick. Nighthawks, and I was a shooter because it was white. So all that is branding. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All that is branding.
That means we gotta get some Musashi shirts.
Dude, we should make some. Dude, we should make some Musashi shirts, bro. There's some like
him balling, bro.
Dude, check out this. Honestly, I was like, that would be sick. That would be so sick. I think I like did an AI thing one time with Musashi, like, or just doing handles, like, doing a vicious crossover. Let me see. Yeah, that should be my shit. I think that was because I made an Instagram. I made an Instagram for Musashi, samurai shooters, some shit, and then the picture of it was like a guy, like a samurai with like doing a crossover. Let me see. What was I saying? Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Samurai. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, dude, these freaking, like these fucking pictures.
Oh, there you go.
Those are sick, right?
Instead of holding the sword, you could be holding that basketball, dude.
Yeah, we could do that. But it's like Dragon Ball Z, like these characters, there's more. Like there's like, I think they're toys, but like they're dope, dude.
Yeah.
And then just have like a scene. Do the Goku 3.
I've actually seen a guy who was like a Aztec warrior, but he had a basketball.
That's pretty lit.
Yeah, so.
Dude, my homeboy was like, we should make like weighted vests that look like fucking samurai armor or Saiyan armor. Yeah, that shit's sick. Yeah, a weighted vest that look like Saiyan armor, dude. That'd be fucking hard, bro. And you just take parts off to make it not heavy. Or even a weighted vest that look like samurai armor, dude. That'd be sick.
Dude, every time I read like the Book of Five Rings and I read slashing or cutting, like I'm thinking basketball.
It applies, man.
That's all you do.
It applies, bro.
Cut, dude. Slash and cut.
Using both hands, you know, having both directions, like it's so powerful. Ooh, I thought he got it. Shit.
It's a long ass game, dude.
It's 21, bro. 21 is a hard game to win.
Yeah, 5 people. It's
and everybody there is.
Dude, I kind of miss that, dude. When we used to do like
a hall of people.
2, 3, 4 people, 21. You run so much, dude. Like it's just.
21 is fun, and it's good for ISO play, and then like, oh shit.
Ooh. He's on.
Damn, bro.
He's on.
Chill, Miles.
He's on skates, bro.
Yeah, Book of Five Rings is such a. I'm so glad that you read Book of Five Rings like before we became friends and shit, because it's so dope.
This show's funny.
I was like, what? That's my favorite book.
Because you posted the Art of War, and I was like, oh, if you like that, you'll like this. You get hurt?
You alright? Oh. Might want to get your ball.
Oh, damn, sore.
Yeah, I'm pretty beat. How we going, Milad? Welcome to the Thunderdome. The Thunderdome. Yeah, those are fun. We have some epic battles. Fucking Miles. Whap. Ah. I love this game, dude. Later, bro. It's so cool. But yeah, it's like it's fucking sword fighting, dude. It's sword play on the court with the basketball. Like dribbling, movements, like it's so fun. Oof. Got ripped. Damn, Miles, how you feel? Bang, bang, shooters gonna shoot. Shooters gonna shoot. Bang, bang. We're here live and direct at the Tier Santa 24-hour fitness. If it's loud in the background, it's because our homeboys are hooping.
Live and direct.
The fucking Buckets for Breakfast podcast. We went two wins and one loss today. 3 games straight. I smoked a little too much. I was a little baked. This is your boy Martine. We gotta come up with a name, dude. Like, what's my name? Ant the Nerdy Sage, bro. I'm Ant the Nerdy Sage. That's my I say it on my TikTok, bro. I'm Ant the Nerdy Sage. I've been trying to fucking tie shit into like anime and like life lessons and shit. Because I feel like there's a lot of good message in anime and motherfuckers don't know how to pay attention to them. So, yeah. Martine. I had a name for you, the Clean Martine. Some shit like that.
Oh, man.
Because you were hitting. I played like shit, bro.
Dude,
I
hope you got that, dude.
I can check. It's on this phone. Which one?
I showed a slow-mo, bro.
Yeah, I think the first game was this one.
Oh. He's off today.
You're off?
No, Nick.
He's off.
He's usually like fucking.
Alright, which one? We'll play.
I'm trying to remember more of that book, too, but like it's weird. Like I know there's a couple things in there. Like I didn't highlight. I should have highlighted. I think it talked about loneliness too.
Isolation, bro. It really teaches you how to deal with isolation. Oh, pull that. Whap. Ah. Ice, babe. They finished it?
No ice?
No ice?
What? You gotta ice it, bro.
Go ahead. You're good. Keep shooting.
No icing.
I know you can't freaking not.
No
ice.
icing on that cake.
I'll have to look for it. Yee! All right, I think that wraps it up.
Oh, yeah.
Gym floor. I don't even know what the name of this is, but Buckets for Breakfast. I'm Anthony Nerdy Sage. This is Clean Martine signing off.
Buckets for breakfast.
Buckets for Breakfast podcast.
Breakfast bucket.
Breakfast buckets. Maybe we'll spice
Well, you
it
didn't
some
like books, hoops, and philosophy, bro?
Huh?
Books, hoops, and philosophy?
Books, hoops, and philosophy. That's a good one.
I told you that a while
I'm
back.
down with that one. That's a good one.
No, that's all right, dude.
Are you heading out?
I'm gonna venture out.
You're gonna venture out? You should do your own
podcast.
I can be a guest on yours. You can be a guest on mine. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah.
Bro, you guys really recording it?
Yeah, dude. Dude, come in, bro. Like, are you done? You're done. I'll talk to Nick, dude. Bro, you got the wisdom, bro. You're the one of the smartest guys I know, dude. There you go. Boom. Boom Shock will do the mic. Put it on the floor. Press them.
You to be up here on the collar?
Yeah, wherever. So yeah, basically, Buckets for Breakfast podcast, part 2 with my boy Nick. Nick the Quick. I'm Ant the Nerdy Sage.
I love it.
And yeah, Buckets for Breakfast podcast. We're just gonna talk about what the fuck ever, dude. Oh, my boy just got married. Congratulations. This weekend.
Yep.
You know, how long were you guys like dating?
We were unofficially dating for about 2 years.
Okay, so
And then we were official for 3. And
when, like, official means like what, you live together?
I formally asked her.
Oh, okay. So you guys were talking for 2 years?
Right.
That's interesting.
Lots of date. Like, we were like dating casually, but no like labels. We were both kind of doing our own thing. She was finishing school, and then I made it official, and then it was.
So that shit works.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, I've never heard, like, because you always hear people complain about, like, situations like that. Oh, situationships. Like, you never hear this, where, like, it was, because the talking phase is, like, a situationship.
I agree.
In a way.
I think it's, like, a symptom of, like, being done with, like, being a kid kind of thing. Because when we met, I was already, 27, 28 or whatever. And at that time, it's like, I'm not trying to waste my time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And so we both gave each other time to figure it out, like whether it was something we truly wanted to pursue and spend time together.
So you guys gave each other like a good long talking phase, like a 2-year talking
Absolutely.
phase.
And
for sure,
then
that's so cool.
And after that, then it was like, hey, let's meet the parents. Let's,
You're my girlfriend.
Yeah. Stay over, whatever it is,
You can leave a toothbrush.
and then a drawer or whatever.
Yeah, this drawer's for you, dude.
And then the only thing that was weird was we became official for like a year, and then after that first year, COVID hit, right? And so we were kind of like crunching the numbers. We didn't, at the time, like nobody knew when it was going to end. And so actually after only being official for 1 year, we moved in together because we were like, if we don't do this, we're never going to see each other.
Yeah.
And so we decided like, hey, we already
We're
dated.
going into
we're going in
together, dude.
And so it was a big decision because like, we were dating for 2 years, whatever it was, but like living together is a whole different beast. But we just kind of, when you know, man.
Bro, I mean, even, okay, when you don't know, you find out.
For real.
And you found out, right?
Yeah.
Like that to me is such a dope, like you never, like I said, you don't hear about that. Like the stages don't go that clean. Yeah. So it's amazing that you literally just got married like this weekend.
Yeah.
And like you had that journey because a lot of women, one, will get bitter at a long situationship, but she seemed to be understanding. And like I think you got, like you said, like I said, the important thing is to give each other time to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Like when you're in a phase of your life where you're desperate or you'll take anything, like you'll never come across one who says, listen, I'm down to take my time and make sure we're friends and we like each other.
And I'm all for, you fall in love with somebody quick and things can go fast. And I think that's legit too. But like, I think part of it was because we had so much time, there was so much confidence that it was going to work because we knew each other so well.
You took the time to build the bond,
and so there was, the only anxiety was like, whoa, like I know she knows me, but does she know how much hair I leave in the sink? You know what I mean?
Like, roommate problems, bro. Like,
and,
do I do my dishes?
That's right.
Like,
she didn't know. She didn't
like,
really.
does she do her dishes? That's a big, like, a lot of people don't realize the significance of like living with somebody.
And I think, it's, what do they say? It's always the little things, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, so, but you adapt. And I think what I kind of took from it was like, there was a lot of things that I had to like adapt to. But when I stepped back, I was like, oh, this is kind of challenging. But when I like reflect on it, I'm better. You know what I mean? Like being a more cleanly person and not a gross dude.
It's a better
actually
thing.
a good thing.
Dude. I could be upset that she's nagging or whatever, but it's like, dude, she has to live here too.
That's right.
Right?
And like when people come over, it smells good.
A house, a home, bro.
Know,
like
dude.
a woman's touch in your fucking house is like, it's lit, dude.
Yeah, dude. And it's a little more work. It's like
you
I said,
are so much better.
Yeah, but you're better.
So much
and like
better.
and part of when I was writing my vows, dude, it was kind of like that was one of my lines. It was like, you make me better, and that's important, and I want to be better. So it was all good.
That's lit, dude. That's so cool. And yeah, that's that transition that guys, I feel like they think they're perfect. you know, but then they can't handle someone like, hey, like, I don't like this.
And I think reflecting on, you know, I think at least for dudes and, you know, my peers and stuff.
Hey, bro, say what's up. Say what's up to the camera.
What's up?
Hey-o.
Hey, what up?
Buckets for Breakfast podcast.
Good to see you, dude. Is like my, you know, other dudes that I talk to, they really only reflect on like financial, you know, what do I have? How much money am I making? You know, but for me, it was kind of like emotional, you know, health too, you know?
Dude, I don't know how many girlfriends you had before her, but like I had quite a few. I went through quite a few relationships, and it was like like you can be hell. Like life can be hell in a relationship with somebody. Like
I think
it can be bad.
You know, I have the tendency to always like adapt to who I'm with. And
Yeah.
I think it was really.
Come say what's up, Miles.
Yeah, what up? Come say what's up, man.
Buckets for Breakfast podcast, bro. Yo, I have a clip of you, like, there was a highlight reel, and you're like, ah! You did it to the, and I added it. I sent it to Nim. I'll find it, but it's in the beginning, you're just like, ah!
Yeah, you got to get in on it on the next episode.
Just everything, bro, whatever. Right now, we're talking about his relationship, like, because he just got married.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, thank you, dude. It was last Sunday.
He was in the group text trying to get people to help him burn some weight.
Yeah, I was trying to get lean for my big day, dude.
Yeah, but his stages are like really interesting. So we're kind of going through like, damn, that's crazy.
So back to Roman and everything.
Hey, next time I got you, bro.
You got to be on the next one.
Yeah. Later, bro. I need to get more mics, bro.
Yeah, it's cool though. I think I've told you this before. I do my audio journals. I tell you that. So like, I'm actually pretty comfortable just chatting.
Nice, dude. I am not, but I'm comfortable chatting.
I'm not
with my
comfortable
homie.
with like the actual
camera?
video portion, but like talking on the mic's pretty comfy. So
yeah, and it's cool. I mean, it's as long as we're not even thinking about the camera, like we're just fucking chilling, talking. I really legitimately find your journey so fascinating. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like if you can be with somebody that you love but hate.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? As a person, like you don't even fucking like them as a person. Like
I do a lot of reflecting, just thinking about whether stuff is working, and I try to step out of myself and really look at it. It was funny. We went to Disneyland with these people, and one of Taryn's friends goes, "You kind of reflect a lot." I go, "I guess I do.
I'm pretty introspective.
I am pretty introspective." But like, I always kind of step back from the relationship, and I go, "Do I like who I'm becoming?" You know what I mean? And every once in a while, I'm like, "Ew," like, you know. And that was those other relationships where I realized I didn't like how the positions I was being put in with my friends or my family, or the way I was treating people or the way they were treating people, and then you got to sit with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do something, all of a sudden you feel uncomfortable just being next to them.
Yeah, I
and
hate that feeling, dude.
Yeah, and
Walking on eggshells.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I feel like. The one wrong word, it's like it's a fucking World War III.
Yeah,
you know?
and you know, there's a lot of stuff that's become popular. What beige flags, red flags, all that shit.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. The
And-
flags. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think everybody has them. You know, like
Nobody's perfect, bro.
But like, there's certain things, like people being rude to servers or anybody who's providing a service, like that grinds my gears. And I dated somebody who was like, she was so sweet, but so rude to anybody in the service industry.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just like, I don't know. Everyone's different.
Hangry people, bro. And that's the thing too, right? Like, you're also not here to, as much as your partner changes you, you're not there to change your partner.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, because
Really?
I think it's whether you want to or not, whether you feel comfortable doing
Whether
it.
you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, you have to decide that for yourself, because I would say that I've changed a lot because of Taryn, but like when I do reflect, like I...
Which isn't a bad thing, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Like I just think it sounds funny, but I like the person I've become. I like the changes that have been made.
Yeah.
And
You know what reflecting is and why it's fucking super cool? It's a time machine.
Yeah.
It's our mental time machine.
I think the only caveat to it is I don't think our time machine is always as accurate as the reality.
It's not, but it gives you the opportunity to go back and like look at those moments.
It's the only
and,
thing I
like,
worry about, though.
Yeah, no, but what I found, so an interesting for me is like when you do reflect and you go back in time to those moments, or and you really look at yourself and you're like, like how do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Okay, or let's say you go to an event, like this happened to me. well, my definition at that time was this.
Yeah.
But now I know so much more. My understanding of context, my understanding of perception, like maybe like the story that I told myself wasn't the truth.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's not how she felt. Maybe that's not why that person did this to me.
Or you from like especially with the wedding, you know, I had these kind of situations with my parents, and I was.
Oh yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, when I would think about, you know, the way I was being spoken to versus like when I was younger, and the way that my parents still speak to me that way. But now, because I have more self-worth, because of the way I see myself, because of the way I want to be treated, all of a sudden now the way they speak to me is not cool.
Yeah.
And so I think that's interesting in a sense. It's like the way you perceive yourself, the way you want to be perceived and treated can change. And I think that will also affect the time machine when you kind of glance back. Because I glance back a lot, dude. And I mentioned it the other day when we were hooping. Like, I used to be a doormat, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, I loved that everybody loved me. I loved that you could put me with anyone and I would always be well liked. But, like, I didn't have a lot of self-respect. I didn't have a lot of stuff like that. And so when I look back, it's... makes my skin crawl a little bit.
Yeah, no, and I was about to say, you can definitely be embarrassed. I can definitely be embarrassed of who I was when I was younger. And that is okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like, what? Like, if you're embarrassed of that, like, it just means like, okay, well, I'm never gonna do that again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'll tell a funny story of like this time. One of my moves when it came to approaching girls in the club. So my journey was a little bit different. When I love clubbing, to this day I still love clubbing. I love dancing. Like, I'll go out by myself just to dance all night. But one of my moves back in the day to talk to girls was I'd back it up on them. And I can dance. And I can probably dance better than a girl. Like, they would just be like, oh, and then I would turn around and then they would dance with me. Like, but that was my icebreaker. But like, that was my go-to when I was young. And then there was one time, and right now I'm reflecting on this moment, is at this club called Sky Bar in Virginia Beach. It's on top of a hotel.
Nice.
And there was this bad chick, and me and my homeboy, we dressed up in suits, we'd go out, talk to girls, and I walked past this girl, and she was fine. And my homeboy saw that she checked me out hard.
Nice.
But she was older, and this is a little bit more sophisticated of a club. So I did the move, right? Like, I fucking backed it up on her. And like, she was like, what are you, a bitch? And I was like, oh my God. And so then I never, since then, I've never used that move ever again, because I felt like, and I reflected and I was like, damn, like, that was very embarrassing. You know, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal, and I'm not going to judge guys. Like, you see guys do it all the time now because it's a lot easier to do that. But for me personally, I'll go up and I'll just like offer a hand, like, hey, do you want to dance?
Yeah.
You know, and if she's not down, like, okay, you keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, you never don't force it. But like, that's a reflection of like, damn, I don't like that I used to do that, and I'm not going to do that anymore.
It's interesting too.
And it makes you better. It's an opportunity to make you better, right? Like, my game got better after that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I never approached girls again. Like, I did. I just didn't do that. You know, and it worked. I got older women, I got smarter women, I got more sophisticated women, and like, I was able to form those bonds and connections, and like, learn what I needed to learn for when I was ready to meet my wife. You know what I mean? Like, and like, so for everybody's journey is different. Everybody gets to certain places different, but I feel like there are prerequisites of like, okay, you need to get to this stage before you even consider getting to this stage. You got to beat this boss. You got to have like, you know what I mean? You got to have good, solid friendships. You got to care about people other than yourself. Yeah. You know, to have a partner, and then it's a reciprocal thing, because then they love you that same way. And a lot of people don't, they think that the path is just this certain way, but it's a little deeper than that. Yeah. You know? And like, the reflecting is, I don't know, I recommend it to everybody, because it's an opportunity to really, it's so deep, you can go back in time in your mind when you're reflecting and like solve some really deep-seated issues. Yeah. Like, if you take the time, me and Martin were actually talking about this yesterday, but he had a heart-to-heart with his mom. And like, he talked to her and he learned why she was the way she was. Yeah. And it was like, damn, they both reflected like, oh, that makes sense that you treated me like this because of how you were treated when you were a kid.
Hurt people.
Hurt people. Yeah. You know, or don't love people. Unloved people, neglected people do the same thing. Yeah. You know, but if you reflect, like, what up, bro? What's happening?
Nothing much.
Here to put in work?
Hey, I'm Nick.
Yes, sir. Like, the ability to reflect, you can go back. Even there's a science called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, we probably talked about it before. Yeah. But yeah, you can go back in time and you can turn, like, you view that moment where it's happening to you, and like it's on a TV and there's a knob and you can turn the knob and make it fuzzy, so it's not so vivid and so powerfully impacting your subconscious. You know what I mean? And then like, let me choose that person. Like, let's say you freeze frame and it's like, let me, from that person's perspective, what did they do? And the crazy thing is you can control the story that you tell that person. Like, because you're never going to know anyways. You're not a mind reader. You're not going to take the time for them to reflect and be like, oh, this is what I was thinking. And even if you did, like, who cares? Like, which story can I make them say, like as to where I am in a most powerful position afterwards, where it doesn't affect me and have a hold over me. Sure. You know, it's like, oh, I understand. To understand is to forgive, you know? I
think that's a huge part of it, is to, like, when you're doing all these things. And I think even sometimes when I do the reflecting, I think it's important to kind of have a purpose as to why you're thinking back on these things, you know? And it's like, are you just going back because it bothers you, or are you trying to reflect back on how you can make sure that doesn't happen again? Are you trying to...
That's such a fucking powerful concept.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that I struggle with, because like I said, I do it all the time with my little audio journals and stuff, is to not stay in this time machine too long and don't forget to keep living, you know? I think I do that a lot. I end up, you know, over-analyzing the past to make sure it doesn't happen again, and then I realize I haven't done shit for a while.
You know what's really dope? What I think is like the key to that, to solving that? People. Yeah. Your people are gonna get you, like a person's presence is gonna get you in the present.
Yeah.
And like the presence, like that person's presence is a present. You know what I mean? Because
I like that.
Yeah, like that person's presence is a present, and your presence can be too. Like honestly, I thought about that because there was a Kanye West verse where he's like, I'm sure I'm late to this party, but my presence is a present. You know what I mean? But like, how is your presence a present? Like, are you even present, or are you thinking somewhere else? Like, oh, like, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. It's like, no, like, and that's what being in a relationship, that's what it takes. Like, you could be over-reflecting. Yeah. You could go down, there is a such thing as the death spiral. You know, where there's no help, there's no solution that's happening, but you can't stop thinking about it. Yeah. And it hurts like hell. Like, those are probably like the most painful times in your life. Yeah. You know? But I think it's just, it's a practice you should always do, but like you said, it's a balance, and you can't stay there for too long. Yeah. Eventually, like, you gotta live life. And your friends will do that. You know, like, or things like basketball. And honestly, that's the appeal of video games, because video games get you out of that. All the lights and all the things, but you know, like it's hard for me to hate on it, but I'm just being real. Like it's not mutually beneficial for you. Like, sure, you can justify your hand-eye coordination at times, like,
you're talking about video games?
Yeah, with video games, but like too much of it, like anything.
I think everything in moderation.
Yeah, everything in moderation.
It is interesting. I think, you know, I'm a teacher, so I use a lot of timers, dude, and like it's kind of infected the rest of my life in a positive way. Yeah. And so one way, like with my wife, she'll be like, all right, well, you know, dishes this, trash this, blah, 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 blah. And I go, cool, 10-minute timer. And boom, when my timer goes off, I know I'm going to go do that. When I'm in a game for a while, dude, I go, you know what, I want to play for a couple hours, 2-hour timer, boom, you know.
Damn, timers, dude. I'm going to do that,
dude. And it's a small thing, but like if I don't set a timer, dude, I will just like, I'll do it for like 8 hours, you know, like because it turns off, because I'm always thinking, my brain's kind of always going, but like when I play a game, I get tunnel visioned, and at least everything else is blocked out. All the shit with my mom and dad, even the shit with the wifey, you know.
Like if we played a game to 100, like you know what I mean, where we weren't even keeping score, and we were just like, we're playing for time, right? Like, how long do you think we'd play?
Dude, I mean,
because it's the game, when the game ends, that's when it's like, okay, well, what time is it?
Yeah, dude, I mean, until my legs give out, maybe,
right?
You know what I mean?
Like what, I feel like that'd be a crazy practice where we're not keeping score, you're just playing forever. Yeah. Like, just fucking play, just be in it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be interesting. I think that's interesting with the timers and like how that helps. Like if you do take a break, I usually like, I'll watch like a YouTube video and I'll use that as a timer. Yeah. But then I just watch another one. So exactly. It's like, fuck, man. Like,
need that.
I do. And I find that it does keep you focused. Like so I do push-ups and squats every day. Yeah. And I do like 50 in the morning, 50 in the afternoon. And like when I do it, like if the other day I set a timer and it was just like, you don't take breaks. You just like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
What's that? I forget what it's called.
Pomodoro.
Thank you. That's
Pomodoro,
exactly. It's the
yeah.
Pomodoro method. Is something that I use when I have to study and stuff. You run out of bats?
Yeah, dude. I only have one battery.
But yeah, dude, I work best like that. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes
I'm gonna
off.
do that shit, dude. I'm gonna fucking do that shit.
Because sometimes I have to write